What's up, y'all? I am your girl, Kandi. And today, I brought my boy, Don Juan, so that we can talk about all things trending right now, okay? And we are about to speak on it.
Hey!
Let me find out you dropped
drop some beats.
Yeah, we go to the studio to drop some
beats.
Okay. Okay, it's been a lot happening in these streets lately.
It's been a whole lot in these streets. I feel like, wow, the streets have been loud.
The streets have been loud. Okay, you know what? I decided I'm going off card right quick for a second.
All right.
What's an update? What is the plan for Leandria? Because we talked about it a lot when we first had to sit down with her.
Yes.
And then we discussed, how could we be helpful to her in, her rebranding.
Yes.
Her transition to get her life back on track and how she wanted to be.
Absolutely.
So, at first, she and I were in contact with each other, and I know you have been talking. Yep. So it's like, okay, like, what's the plan? She had been out of town a lot.
She has.
It ain't on us.
I spoke to her as late as last night.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell me that.
Well, I spoke to her last night because it's an event coming up. And so they were like, hey, Leandria should come to. So I was like, are you in town or even can you come to this? This would be good for you. And she was like, let me get back to you. I've been like in and out of town. Mm-hmm. I've been working and all. So I have not heard back.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's a good thing. So it's been good. So I haven't heard back because I told her we should have a sit down. Mm-hmm. I think we should all sit down and talk about like what that looks like. Mm-hmm. I'm glad she's working and, doing things.
I'm very glad too.
I saw, she did a show with like Erica Campbell and like Mary and a few different people. So I'm glad she's working. Mm-hmm. But I think, like you said, we just got to kind of figure out what this looks like and let it align so people don't feel like we just didn't try to do what we said.
Yeah, because I don't want y'all thinking that I was being fickle.
Yes.
And that I didn't, try to help and do what I say I was going to do. We have, had been communicating or whatever.
Like I talked to her as late as last night.
Yeah, I guess we as a team have been consistently communicating. I was talking to her for a few weeks just via text, just checking in. Hey, how you doing? She was hitting me as well. But like you said, she had some jobs and different things she had already started doing. And I'm sure a lot of people probably even booking her now.
Yeah.
Because we did get a lot of great feedback on the interview. I want to say thank you to everybody who was showing love to Leandria. She has some great shows coming up. So don't she has a show? She has a show coming in Atlanta
in October. Yeah, she has two shows back to back.
What day is that? So we can try to make sure we.
I think I'm on the calendar. I have to look. I don't have my phone
put it
with
on
me.
Calendars.
But yeah, so she has two shows coming up here, and I think like I said, she was very vulnerable. It showed the good and the bad of like when you're dealing with like life. I think that's what people liked about the interview. I think people liked that about the interview. She didn't feel judged. She felt comfortable. Mm-hmm. You gave her that place. Once you started doing the Color Purple Tears with, everybody was there with y'all. Like,
wait, hold on.
Baby.
I was not trying to do no dang on
all of a sudden,
Purple Tears.
Said, what? You don't understand. I said, here we go. It's a wrap. She ain't going to be able to stop the waterworks.
I wasn't able to control it.
The date is October 10th. They just told me October 10th for her show in Atlanta. But you were sitting there, you was like, when people care about you. And I was like,
oh God.
Y'all,
it's a thing. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, it be trying to show up for somebody who is a struggle for them to show up for them.
Themselves, yeah.
And y'all don't understand. It's tough. Like, and if you are family or close friends to someone that's dealing with something like that, they don't understand, like, it's a job trying to help them.
It is.
And they feel like, oh, you just supposed to, show up for me or not. Maybe they don't think nobody is showing up for them. Yeah. I have no idea what they think in their mind. But the people around you who care about you feel like, well, we're doing what we can do, but it's like almost like a battle.
Yeah. And I think that people sometimes when we talk about addictions and stuff like that, people don't realize like it's a real illness. Like it's a real thing. You get what I'm saying? So I think that sometimes people forget that. They kind of are like, oh, well, just get over it. And it was like, well, most of the time you can't really, whether, it could be eating, it could be drinking, it could be smoking. Everybody, like when you have an addiction, you have an addiction.
Right.
Kandi is addicted to her phone. She is addicted. She should go to phone.
What's your addiction?
My addiction.
Yeah. Since you want to get on me.
Let me think. I don't know that I have anything I'm addicted to. That's the thing. Like I've tried.
You know what? That's the narcissism. love calling out everybody
No, but
else
I'm
stuff.
saying-
Call out your own.
No, but I'm trying to think like what's something like I cannot like not do. And that's what I've been trying to like think, because I've had this conversation before and I'm like, I don't know anything that I'm like, what is it that I can't stop doing?
Kudos to you.
Like, I don't know anything I'm addicted to. Stuff I like, what is things that I like even? I don't know. Cause I stopped, we do fasting. I don't drink for a while. I stopped eating meat 6 months ago. I'm not addicted to food. Like I'll try to think about what's that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Are you addicted to sex?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Nope. Not addicted to that either. Maybe I used to watch porn a lot, maybe.
Yeah, I used to have that addiction when I was younger.
Like maybe I used to watch that a lot. I think that started when I was younger though.
Yeah, me too.
When you used to have to like sneak, your big brothers and stuff had stuff, you'd be like, what's that? Put that in a VCR.
Yeah, you be sneaking to watch.
But no, I don't know.
Okay, I feel
I'm gonna have to
that.
think on my addiction now.
Okay. All right. So we have a list of things that's been happening out there in the world that we wanted to touch on.
Just touch on.
So let's start with the Cardi B album rollout. I mean, come on.
I want to hear your take. I will.
Kudos to Cardi.
I think so.
Kudos to Cardi. It's kind of funny because you and I both were talking about how amazing of a rollout that it was.
Absolutely.
Somebody else that, be DMing me a lot. We had, they even saying he's like an expert in the industry. And he even said like, they had an amazing, marketing plan.
Absolutely.
Rollout. Okay. So
shout out to Patience Foster.
yeah, shout out to the team.
Patience, that marketing team. When I say that phone should be ringing off the hook, because that rollout to me was like what rollouts used to be from the 90s and 2000s.
Yes, it was everything. And then somebody said to me, like, really? You really think that it was that great? Yes.
I do.
I really do. So some of the things that I thought, were just really, really cool and creative was, okay, so how she, made a joke of, I guess, her finances, but it's like, joking, but for real in a way, because it's like, people don't realize like artists can have big money, but they spending big money.
Absolutely.
So that money go quick. And, every record could make or break you.
Absolutely.
And so she's making this joke like, oh, I'm not going to be able to afford my,
my 3 kids, my 4 kids now. Like,
yeah. She's saying all these things, but it make you laugh. But then at the same time, it makes you root for her.
Absolutely.
Because you want her to, win so she can say, I got the money for my kids, or I got the money to be able to live. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that little piece was hilarious, fun, and connecting.
Very much
I
so.
connected on
like
that.
from her being on the subway out there with the rats.
Subway. When the rat ran past, I know they couldn't even plan that.
I was like,
I know
what?
they didn't plan that. Like you couldn't plan a rat just running by right when you
I was
down
like,
there.
this is absurd. Like, she is out here with the rest. She on the side of the road with the blanket out there with, come on, buy this CD.
No. When she had Gayle King help her sell records out the trunk,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, who made the plan to get Gayle King to come to the car and sell some CDs?
Absolutely.
That in itself, it's like, okay, now you're reaching this crossover audience. You have these people like, okay, who is this? People who, and I know y'all think it's absurd for anybody to not know her, but you got to understand the demographic of Gayle King's show.
Absolutely.
Like,
it can skew older to young, like, absolutely.
Crossover audience or whatever. And so, you got those people who probably don't even listen to rap music, probably like, okay, let me figure out what is going on with this album.
Absolutely. Now, when they got the album and the first song was called Dead, they was probably going to be like, okay.
Yeah, now that
because
she started off
harsh on the album, but not to take away from it. But she was killing people on the first song. But I thought that for me, I liked how all of it flowed. That even when from the part of how they took the memes of her being in the courtroom and they became their own like album parts of it.
Album cover.
I thought that was amazing. I thought that once she was trolling everybody to later find out she was pregnant, which we know this now. But when she was trolling everybody and just pulled the cardboard and stuff up out of her clothes, like I thought it was great with her trolling because I think she was adding a little extra onto her walk to kind of, give it to everybody. But then even when they rolled into the DoorDash and all of those, so
my God.
I'm one of them people, I bought the DoorDash because I wanted to just see what was going to happen. I was just like, this brings me back to 90s, 2000s when you go on Fridays and you was ready for your favorite album to come out. So I was like, okay, let me see. Midnight came. I went on my phone, said, let me get to the bodega, Barty Bodega. Okay, 12 o'clock. Let me order this album. Signed the album. By 12:40, it was at my door in a bag.
What?
DoorDash had come and brought me. I met the lady outside. I posted a video about it. And I was just like, the way all of it is intertwined, that was like the epitome of planning.
Yeah,
How do you
who thought this out? How many months did it take them to plan before they started releasing everything? Like, I need details.
Yeah.
I need details.
I think that's a masterclass. I think they should be doing a
masterclass. No, and when I saw Cardi had posted on her page about the Walmart had drones dropping her CD off in their house.
Yes.
I said, okay, not flying the album in. Like, that was genius.
All of it, I think just how it was intertwined, that's what I appreciated about it. It was like, and she didn't just stop. Because a lot of times, I will say this, in 2025, artists will be like, oh, go buy my album. They may do a performance, then they'll post up and make, like do some interviews, but it don't really be the rollout. Like, she's done interviews. She's done in stores. She's in Atlanta. She just recently was in Atlanta.
Yeah, meet and greets.
People lined up, New York, Atlanta, every city. She's like on every podcast, every interview, and pregnant.
She is working this record like she's never sold a record before.
Absolutely.
And that's what I really, really, truly loved about her is that she didn't let her previous success, kind of make her feel like she ain't got to do a lot. It's a lot of artists out there who are, huge or whatever, who really feel like, oh, okay, I just dropped this thing, posted a couple times, and, it's going to blow up. No, she is working, not just worked. She is still working this record and pregnant.
And guess what she said to y'all? If that ain't enough, starting in February, you can see me on the Little Miss Drama tour. She announced a tour, right? Like, I was like, how do you time it? I saw a thing that said when they went to do the pre-release, it was 25,000 people in the queue for the New York show.
As they should.
In the queue to get the show tickets. So think about like all them cities, like the rollout of how she went from songs to album to tour. Like,
she created a huge demand.